Welcome to the Parks Mobile Phone Repair Team presentation. I'm Brianna.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Chloe.
I'm Sohan. I'm Terrence.
We were very glad to work with Mr. Ibrahim Usman this week. He's the owner of a mobile repair business called Mobile Doctor, and he presented us with some problems, and we were glad to be able to find hopefully some solutions for him to solve these problems.
So essentially our mission statement is to understand the positive effect that a thriving business such as the one we hope to help Ibrahim build can have on the Nigerian community in the fight against poverty. And above all, help create a household brand name that serves as a beacon of light and hope for entrepreneurial spirit, both young and old, in the country of Nigeria.
So one of the main problems that Mr. Ibrahim brought forth was his lack of a logo and advertising plan. We were lucky enough to be able to put together a logo and an advertising plan that should be able to benefit him. We created a logo that ended up costing us $39, and that will come out of the grant. The advertising plan is up to Mr. Usman, as we will send him the logo, and he will take this logo and take it to companies in Nigeria and create things such as shirts, business cards, and other printables in order to advertise his company throughout the business. One of the advertising plans that we came up with was for him to create business cards and give 2 signed business cards to each outgoing customer as they leave his shop. And if these customers give these cards to different members of their family and community, they can bring these cards back into the shop and receive a 10% discount on their next repair.
To build up Ibrahim's business, we plan to start a community-run internship program. Our mission is to create an internship that selects 8 members of the community to be mentored by Ibrahim for a year or more. To start off, he would teach these interns to complete simple tasks, and he would teach them during night classes. This would avoid him taking away from his business during the business hours. When he feels confident that the interns progress, he can slowly begin to transition them into the working environment. And once they begin to work and bring in a profit, he can begin to teach them more complex and complicated skills in one-on-one sessions. He can continue with the cycle of generating a new set of 8 interns each time his old set have graduated. This will result in creating the capital he needs to move on to stage 2 of our plan.
Here we have a cost analysis where basically Mr. Ibrahim was making about 15,000 Naira per month before or without interns, and we believe, based on the estimates that he's given us on the amount of work that he thinks interns can complete, that he could bump up his profit approximately 150% to 37,000 Naira per month, which would, through a year, increase his profit by over 266,000 Naira.
So Mr. Ibrahim also expressed that he was having some trouble with timing and fixing the phones. So to help with that, there was a repair kit that Mr. Usman knew of that was $88 that would come out of the grant and help his timing.
So one of the biggest Mr. Ibrahim faced was that he couldn't get the parts he needed on time to help fix his phones. And on top of that, some of the parts he needed were rare and expensive. So we came up with a solution based on Mr. Elowa's advice to communicate with other businesses in the surrounding area that do mobile phone repairs and put their capitals together, their profits, and buy in bulk from wholesales together and split their parts evenly. This would not only help them gain connections, but also with their profits.
And as Mr. Usman's profit increases, his business will be able to expand. Therefore, as he gains capital, he will be eligible to become a distributor and distribute parts to different mobile repair services in Nigeria.
Basically, this business is going to, the increasing business that Mr. Usman will do is going to have a large impact on his family and community, as he's able to support his sister who is in college, and also use this business as a platform to project his success and help inspire others in his community to take on entrepreneurial ventures.
So our costs are only the $88 repair kit and the $39 for the better logo. So that leaves Mr. Usman with $71 to put into his advertising methods.
And we would just like to thank Mr. Usman for working with us so closely, and we hope that if you implement these solutions, they will work.
I think there are 2 points that are very critical to me, particularly linking the changes with poverty reduction is an amazing effort, because it's not only about making profit and taking care of yourself, but also helping the community to reduce the poverty in the community. I think it's an amazing effort. And another thing is that making the projection about the profit. I mean, what he's getting now and what if he effect the changes could be his benefit, his profit. I think it's amazing. That will serve as motivational and also push him to do it. Therefore, the presentation is amazing and it's good.
I like that you had a specific plan for expanding the reach of his business, 2 signed business cards, you can bring them back and get a discount. It's very specific and concrete. Also, internship program is pretty creative, but the really important thing there is that you had a dialogue with him in which he confirmed that he could use interns and that they could actually make a difference in the profits that he's generating in his business. Very well done.
I really liked the internship and repair kit combination that you did. That's a great idea to help not only train other people to expand his business, but also bring more training into his community for people that can then work for others or begin their own mobile repair service. I also like you holding off a bit to take his ideas into consideration for advertising. So he probably knows some of the better ways that he'd like to do this, and so instead of just shoving an idea down his throat, so to speak, you decided, I want to take his ideas into consideration before we move forward with it. So nicely done on that avenue.
Join the Global Young Innovators Initiative. Transform the world. www.icantransformtheworld.org